Morning, everybody.
I'm sorry, Amaju. Please, everyone, kindly note that this call is being recorded. Thank you. You can go on.
Okay, I would have appreciated if my phantom link could come in, but I don't think it will be able to come in today. But yeah, hello everyone. Good morning. I hope everybody's day is going well and productive. Please confirm that you cannot hear noise from my background because this is a little bit loud. Just thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. All right, I would be sharing my screen, or I won't be sharing my screen. That's the right word to use. However, my slides are already being created and everybody has access to view the slide. If you go to tvc.ng and you just check the founders that you see on the resource, it's an open document for everybody to view, access, to ask questions, to engage, anything you want to do. That slide is open to everyone. However, I believe the link is in chat now. So, oh, okay, that's not gone. Paste. Yes, the link is currently in chat. So everyone can just click on it. And yes, today's session is going to be very interactive. I have decided to break down this session into two major parts. One is for you to review the slide or for us to go through the slide together. And this next session is for proper Q&A. Hello. I would advise that everybody is on mute and everybody properly name themselves. So your startup name and your name. So I'm not saying memes home, I'm saying your name and not just your startup name. Do you get that? Would proper instead of me calling your startup name. So if you check mine, you can see Amajori Shenemico. Let me rename myself properly so that everybody can follow suit. Amaju. Then CVC Labs.
Hi, Amaju.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. But the slide, the link to the slide, we do not have access to it.
Oh, okay. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Can you request for access now so I know what's going on? Because everybody is supposed to have access to it.
Okay, I'll request for it again. Although I already did.
Oh, I've seen what's going on. Anyone? So everybody can view the document now. Please confirm that. You can refresh it and view the document.
Yes, we can view it now.
All right, thank you very much. So, Abiola, please can you present your screen? So I just speak through the screen and I'm not just.
I can actually. All right, no problem.
Thank you. So the end goal of today's session is to ensure that everybody here is fully aware of what investment readiness is and how startups/businesses are very investable. So it doesn't matter what stage you are currently at. It's just what really matters is you understanding. So you're on point, slideshow. Yes, slideshow. So you can click on next, next, next. Everything will start showing up one by one.
So I just gave you access. You can click on next yourself when you're ready to change it.
No, I won't be sharing my screen.
Yeah, so
And
why you cannot share your screen? I just gave you remote
the
access, so you can change the screen the way you want it, as long as you can view it.
I know that, but because I'm not using my system, it's currently slow.
Okay,
Do
all
you
right,
get?
no
So that's
problem.
why I asked that you present. Does this
Okay,
work?
yes, it does.
All right. So slideshow. Then you can click on next, next, next. Yeah. Thank you very much. So the end goal of today's session is to ensure that everybody here is aware of how the startup journey is and being investable. So as a startup, as a business owner, the end goal is for you to at least know how to be investment ready and to be prepared for investments anytime and any need. So the first thing you can see on our slide is the startup journey. The idea of the startup journey is that a lot of founders or a lot of business owners, or you just hear them come up and they say something like, oh, I have a business idea. I believe it's going to solve this problem or provide solutions to specific people, da, 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 da. But they don't necessarily understand the whole startup journey, the whole flow of how things are being achieved and how everything starts from where you are currently, which is mostly MVP stage, so going to Series B. And it is a journey, but people are not aware of it. And this is something I've noticed with different founders I speak to, old, new, some of them, they are already even in Series B, not Series B, some of them are in PCF, and you would hear them say, oh, I did not know that we're currently on a journey. But if you check through it, you are properly you are on a journey if you're a business owner, well, regardless of what stage you are. I believe most of the people I'm currently speaking to are either in MVP stage or PMF stage. So that's product market fit, or you guys are just rating your minimum viable product, or you already have your minimum viable product. So this particular slide to you guys. I hope this can help. So from this stage, you can see founders starting from the MVP stage, that's minimum viable stage, to the PMF, which is the product market fit, to the PCF, which is the product channel fit. Then you have your Series A, your Series B, and it also flows with what funding you're raising and where you currently at and who are your customers and the market you're currently assigned to and how you guys are growing. Do you get? So move to the next slide, please. I don't know if that's possible. Just next, next, again, then next. Yes. One key thing founders are not aware of, or they are somehow aware of, is that there is a whole process to pitching. So founders will come up and they'll say, oh, I'm creating this beautiful thing or this innovative idea and I'm solving problem. People are paying for it. But when they go to go and meet investors, you hear things like the investors say, oh, you're not investable, or you're not investment worthy, or I don't think I can invest my money in this, or you hear that they are being declined into certain things. It's because they have not properly structured their whole company or their startup framework into POEM. And POEM is proposition, organization, economics, and milestone. And this was founded by Tommy Davis. If you don't know who Tommy Davis is, quickly check through. I'm not saying you can do it now, but maybe in the future, you can just quickly check through who TD is. That's Tommy Davis. Is an angel investor or a father of angel investing in Africa. So that's someone who created this framework that I'm going to be using for you guys today. And I hope it helps. I hope you guys are able to ask questions because it's very important you do. And it will help me understand where you guys are currently at. So if you move to the next slide, not next slide, but still this slide, but next thing, you'll see proposition. That's I don't know how I want to do this. So yes, vision, proposition, economics, and milestone. That's what we are supposed to be seeing now. Yes. Thank you very much. So from vision is what is your purpose, your core values, your belief system. Vision is where exactly are you going? Proposition speaks to what is your product, who are your customers, and what is the specific market like. We want to be able to understand that. So I'm speaking from an angle of an investor listening to you, right? Then organization is what the people, the process, the technology you use to deliver your proposition. That is one key thing we want to hear. Economy speaks to how profitable, what are your capital and how profitable are you? So have people funded you before? Or normal, everybody's supposed to fund a business. So that means either you are funding a business yourself, that's bootstrapping, or you are getting investment from either grants or investors or something. Money is coming from somewhere. So you need to speak through that. Then revenue, how much are you making? How are you generating revenue and how much revenue have you generated so far? Milestone speaks to your measurements. That is, how do you measure the impact you are creating? How do you measure the impact you're creating from currently the stage you are in, that's MVP to Series A? So what are your targets like? What are the challenges like? What are the achievements like? And like I said, CD created a book called The Investment Worthy Startup. So if you've not read the book, you may be a little bit confused to what this is. But if you read through the book, it takes you through the process of how a startup grows and how a startup gets funding and how startup grows from MVP stage to the Series A stage. So please, can we go to the next slide? So if you click on next, it takes you to other things. Yes. Then now, introduction to your story. Please, next slide. So thank you very much. So from this slide, you can see we are trying to understand who the founder is, right? So who are you as a founder? Do you have co-founders? Do you have certain things? So who are you? Like, let me use one startup here because I think there are a lot of startups here. Oh, I think I'm clicking on the wrong thing now. Sorry, your clicker is currently working. Can we go back? Yes, I'm trying to. Can I go back? Yes, thank you. I think we have 27 participants here. Okay. Yes, so we have Bayode. Okay. I'm very sorry in case I'm not pronouncing your name properly. I stand to be corrected. Bayode, okay, I believe you're a founder. Who are you aside being a founder? What's your story? What innovated you or what made you start this entire journey? Who are the co-founders joining you? And what is your experience in life in general? So this is where we are doing, I'm doing from investors to founders. That's my point of view with respect to this conversation. So we are trying to understand who exactly is this entrepreneur we are speaking to. We are trying to understand what's your story. We are trying to understand what is the motive behind what you created. Why do you want to create this thing? What are your core values? What are the major things that would allow you to scale from where you currently are to where you're going to? What is the thing pushing you? That's where motivation comes in. We're trying to understand what drives you, right? And all these things can be answered by the person who founded the startup or who founded the business or organization or the vision. It can be as simple as, oh, I had this challenge, and because of this challenge, I decided to create this product, and this product is going to help other people grow. So these are key things that you need to be able to answer from the point of from you being a founder to the point of view of an investor. So if you move to the next slide, we are going to
Morning,
what
ma.
investors are looking for.
Good
Sorry,
morning, ma. Please, can I try?
can you try?
Yes.
The question you asked, yes.
Okay, so you would have, I believe everybody will be able to, because this is a workshop, whether a masterclass or not, everybody will have access to be able to answer this question, because I'll throw it out to everybody. So there'll be a period where you can speak, answer all my questions, or ask questions. Does this help?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So just give me 10 minutes. Once I'm done with all this shalaye, we'll move to the session where everybody will move on. So please, next slide. Yes, what investors are looking for. So in fact, no, not this slide, the next one, please. Yeah, you've not gotten to the next slide. But I'll just speak from my angle, what I have from my side here. What investors are looking for is the next slide. This is where we are speaking to how you build a stable relationship with these investors. Are you a person of integrity? If you read through my bio, you could see that, or you could tell that I am one person that key into integrity, because I'm always building and fostering relationship between investors and founders. So if you are not truthful, or your integrity is shaking, or we do research and we check what you are posting on your social media pages and it doesn't sync with specific things, we're already able to know that, oh, this is not who we are supposed to be speaking to. This is not a truthful person. Like we are not able to tell if you are the person we are looking for. So, and I think this is something people also do when they are looking for, maybe they want to give somebody a job, or HR are doing HR audit and all. These are key things that they are looking out for. They are trying to understand what your purpose is, and that's what an investor is checking out for. What is your purpose? Do you stand with your purpose? What the things you are posting about, the things you are excited about, do they go in line with your purpose? Your site, this covers what vision do you see. We've covered vision, where exactly are you, or no, we covered introduction, but your vision tallies with your introduction. Your vision tallies with how far you can see. Your vision tallies with your capacity. So your capacity is how are you able to take charge of situations when certain things happen, things that are within your control and things that are not within your control. How are you able to handle those situations? These are key things investors are looking for. Your hunger, your passion, your drives, your motives. These are key things investors are looking for. So if you move to the next slide, I believe everybody has, let me see if this clicker is going to answer me now. Click, 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 click. Oh, it's answering finally. Okay. Click, 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 click. Okay, it has stopped answering. Okay, so I don't know if you can go back, because I think I've already overclicked. Activity labs, we are currently, these are our investment thesis. The next slide talks about the investment thesis. That's the slide before this vision you see, right? It talks about our investment criteria, what makes us think, oh, you are, no, the slide before vision. So you move, yeah, that's like, thank you. So if you go through it, you're able to see, oh, okay, this is what our own particular investors, this is what we are looking for, right? You can see the stage, you can see the market, you can see the team, you can see the business model, the funding history, you can see the amount you are trying to raise, you can see everything. And this is one key thing all organizations that are investing, right? So VCs, angel syndicates, and all this, they all have thesis, they all have particular criteria they are looking at. So this is what we call an investment thesis, right? So whatever startup you are, whatever you are, whatever stage you are, if you are looking for investors, you need to understand what the investor's thesis is like. And when you understand that, you're able to now say, oh, okay, I can apply for this, I can reach out to this somebody from this organization, so that if I reach out to them, if I fit into their criteria, then they can invest in me. So you have to know what their criteria is before you can reach out to them. That's a very smart thing to do. So yes, I move to the next slide, which speaks to the vision you see. So most founders see opportunities. And entrepreneurs, one key thing that I've noticed about different entrepreneurs is that they are able to tell that there is an opportunity in the chaos. Different countries are going to different things. So if you're a founder or a visionary person, you're able to see what the problem is and how you want to solve that problem. So you speak to what your purpose is, what are your core values, what are your beliefs, what is the mission, and how exactly do you intend on solving this problem, and what are the strategies you intend on using to solving this problem. This is what you speak to when you speak to your vision. Please, because of time, I will not dwell in some slides because of time, because this slide is quite long. So I've spoken to vision and all. So please, your next slide, you can go to slide 11 if you can. Yes. So slide 11 goes to proposition, exactly. So in proposition, we are speaking to your market, your customers, your products. So this is not slide 11. Sorry. Slide 11. Yeah, yes. Yes, this slide. Thank you. Slide 11 speaks to the market, the customers, the products. So we market, what exactly is your market size like? What are the opportunities in that market? So you hear founders come up and say, this is our total addressable market, this is our this, that, and that, da, 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 all those analysis, which I believe you already, to an extent, you are aware of. So you come up and you tell us what the opportunity looks like. Right? You are speaking to the regulations sometimes. You are speaking to the trends in that market sometimes. But the key thing we want to know is that how well do you know that market? How well? So if an investor asks you, oh, okay, I understand that you are in this market. What are the current regulations that are guiding this market? What are the current laws? What are the documentation you have that allows you to be able to work in this market? Are you able to provide it at this current stage that you are in? Right? So for Nigeria, CST is one key thing everybody should have, but there are some legal documentations that you should also have. One basic thing founders do not have is, what's that thing now? I don't know, I can't stick to my head, but yes, for example, your founders agreements. I don't even think this is where your founders agreement ties in, but with respect to your regulations, your regulatory bodies, like, for example, what's NAFDAC? Yes, NAFDAC is a regulatory body. So if you are selling food and you don't have NAFDAC number, I don't know what exactly why an investor wants to invest in you, aside if they just like you as a founder, or they work with you before, or they're interested in you, or even if they're interested in your product, they need to be able to understand that they are good to go. And it's not that one day they'll just come and pack everything they're doing and say, oh, because this person is not complying to this regulatory body, your product or your organization will be closed down. So we need to understand what your market is like. Where are they? Some people will say, oh, our market is Nigeria. Nigeria is a big place. Where in Nigeria? Is it the 4 most popular locations in Nigeria you're speaking to? Or is it that you're speaking about specific people in specific tribes? We need to be able to understand. And what is the trend currently happening in that market? Customers, what are your customer profiles like? This is where you go deep, more deep. We are speaking to 24-year-olds currently in this stage, or 24 to 35-year-olds currently in this stage. They are either people who are going to work, that's 9 to 5 hours, or there are people who are sitting at home. You need to be able to understand where exactly, what are the segmentations, what are they doing, what are the demographic of these people. That's one key thing. Product. What is your product like? What value are you offering to these people? What solution are you offering to these people, and why exactly do they want to use that product? If you understand your market and customers, you will know how well your customers need your product. This is one key thing that you need to have when you are speaking to investors, because we are trying to understand, okay, this is your customer. So what particular, this product you've created, how exactly is it providing solutions to these customers? What are the feedback they're giving to you regarding your product? How is it that your features or the features in that product or the functionalities in that product is helping your customers love you, and they're coming back and saying, oh, thank you, because this thing that you provided is helping me and is providing this service to me, so I will be able to stay with you. I'll be able to come back for more. Do you get? So these are the key things you'll be covering when you're speaking to your products. What is your product, your business model like? What are the pricing like? How are you pricing those products? Do you get? Yeah, I keep saying do you get, thinking that everybody will be able to give me thumbs up or thumbs down, but with this viewpoint of mine, we'll move to the next slide. Not next slide per se, but we'll go to organization. So that is slide 18. Abiola, I don't know if you can. Okay. Please, the person handling the clicker, can you move to slide 18? Or since everybody has access to it, I'll just speak to the slide 18. Slide 18 is organization. The organization covers your people, your process, and your technology. What are the people in this organization? Like, what are the core management core managers in this organization? If you are the only one, why are you the only one? Is it that you have not found anybody that is willing to run with you? Because one key thing people are not willing to agree to is that most investors want to invest in people that investors don't necessarily invest in the product per se. Most of them invest in the people driving that product or the vision, right? And if they know that these people are able to deliver in that product, or they are able to deliver in their promises or anything they've said they want to do, then they are willing to invest their time and their money into those. So we are covering your people. Who exactly are the owners of this organization? Who is your who is the CEO? Who is the co-founder? That's the CTO, the CTO, the CFO, and other key things. Who are the people running this organization? We need to be able to understand who those people are. What are the cultures around this organization? Who are the partners? Who are the employees working for the owners of the organization? And what's the culture like in that organization? Are you people people that are very friendly? Because one key thing business owners don't, I know I'm saying one key thing, all of them are key things, but business owners always think that if they don't handle their employees well, or they don't maybe you're not like a nice person or a kind person to your employees, it sort of shows with how your employees deliver the product, customer care and all. So let me give an example. Recently, I ordered a product from one organization. I can't even remember what that organization is. But the person who delivered the product, you need to see the way the person delivered it. The person was very mean, very aggressive, rude. I was not the one that collected the product, but I was upstairs and they came to deliver it downstairs. And I could hear my security man screaming at the top of his voice, because the man was not, whoever the dispatch rider was quite condescending towards him. And you can tell that it always starts from whoever is managing this thing. If your cultures or your system is that we don't speak to we don't speak to people in a particular way, regardless of what's going on, you will see that your employees or the people you are accepting into your organization, they somehow reflect you. If your organization permits people to be rude, you will see them on Twitter being rude and being aggressive towards certain things. You see that they'll be the ones throwing back for back-to-back chats or back-to-back aggression with people on Twitter, dragging people on Twitter. So that's one key thing that people overlook or business owners overlook, and it's not a good thing. If an investor, for example, I want to introduce your organization to an investor, I would have done my own due diligence research, right? And I'll see that, oh, there is a trend or a tweet where the person is using your business name to drag someone else. Do you think I would be able to recommend you guys? There'll be a question mark for me to recommend you guys to another investor or to recommend you guys to any investors. So that's one key thing you guys need to also look at. The people shows how well your culture is, how well or people in your team represent you one way or the other. Process speak to what is the flow of things. How do people do things in that organization? How do you buy? Are you buying things to make, or are you just selling like services, or are you making, or is there like a third man delivery, or like what is the process of that organization? You need to help us understand what the process is like. Technology is one key thing. I know that a lot of people I'm speaking to maybe, oh, we are business owners, so we are focused on making certain things, or we are using these certain things certain way. But we need to understand that you are using technology to answer your customers' needs. Because if you have 10,000 customers at the same time, how exactly are you going to be able to provide your service or your product to these people and it will work within the same hour? Is it that your company will have to crash, or you people will have to pause then reiterate? Because if you don't have a good technology, you will not be able to scale fast, whether you like it or not. I know of a very good business owner. A product is so intriguing. However, they recently had to stop business because they were not ready to scale and because they did not have enough technology to help them scale properly. So whether you like it or not, technology is one key thing investors are looking at. What are your technologies like? So it's not just one. If you have like a software, what's the software like? Who are the UI UX designers around it? What's the security like within that technology, right? So we move to the next thing because I think I've passed my time. I will just go to slide. Give me a minute. Yeah, so I'll move to slide 26, which speak to slide 25, which speaks to your economics. Your economics speaks to your capital, profitability, and impact. Capital is, I've briefly spoken about capital when I started this presentation, but capital is the equity, the debt. Are you guys owing people? What grants have you applied for? What prizes have you guys won? What cash do you currently have at hand? So founders invest, that is the FFF. How much have you people invested in this organization? Your time, your money. We are speaking about cash now, capital. So how much have you guys invested in this organization? How profitable are you guys? What are the assets you guys currently have? How much revenue have you been able to make so far? What are the expenses like? Your liabilities like? You need to be able to cover this when speaking to an investor, right? The impact assessment. So this is where your SDGs, how do you measure those impacts? How do you measure the impacts you guys are creating? We need to be able to understand that, right? Apologies, I'm moving faster, but time has already gone. So I would just, I would move this to the last and not the least slide. Okay, just 2 or 3 more slides I'm supposed to cover. So we'll move to slide 34. But before you get to slide 34, if you check through slide 33, you see how to pitch to investors. It's very important to know how to pitch to investors. keep your pitch simple. Because I'm covering a lot, my pitch I'm not pitching to you guys, but I'm speaking to you guys, right? Or I'm trying to educate you guys on things you should be aware of by now. You can see that I have a lot going left, right, front, center, right? But when you are pitching to an investor, your pitch to be very straightforward and simple. Keep to the time. If they get, most of the founders I work with, it's 3 minutes we give them to pitch. So everything I have shalaye, or everything I've explained in the beginning, you guys would be able to, would now present that within 3 minutes. You guys will be able to tell us who you are, what is your story like, what is your product like. Let us know what makes the investors more interested in what you are doing, right? You have to be able to pitch to these investors in a smooth way. You can read through, then when you have any question, ask me. Then we move to an investor's interest. Like I already said, you guys need to do your research on what are their thesis like, what exactly are their terms like, what is the their offer going to look like. Because as much as the investors are looking for you, you also need to be able to check if these investors fit into your personal thesis. You need to be able to know, this investor looks like someone that we should be speaking to. This one does not look like who we should be speaking to. That's another key thing you need to be aware of. Then due diligence. Do your due diligence on each investor. And also investors do their due diligence on you. You can read through the investment, this thing, but how investment ready are you? It's the last slide I'll be speaking to today. Then we go to Q&A. So that's slide 36. How investment ready are you? Your business plan. Is your business plan ready? Under your business plan, do you have your 24-month projection, your 3 years performance data, your tax filings, your audits and financial statements, company records? What company records do you have? Are everything like in your data room? When I say data room, founders will be asking questions around, oh, okay, I don't have a data room, da, 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 da. If you don't have a data room, no investor wants to deal with you, to be honest. Nobody has time to going back and forth with any with any founder. So your company records, everything has to be in your data room. Everything I've listed down here speaks to what your data room should look like. Your security, we are speaking to your captive group. What are the owners of that? What are the owners of the company? What are the legal things binding you guys together? Intellectual property, your IP address and all. How people are registered and licensed. These are the key things investors are looking for. And when you have all these things, then they can say, I'm willing to invest my time, my money, and resources with you. Especially me, I don't waste my time with founders. Once they don't have these things or they are not working towards getting these things, I cannot introduce it to any investor. So with these few points of mine, I think my time is already fast spent. We'll be going to closing remarks. Closing remarks for me is founders should be able to learn to have these things. If they don't have everything as at now, at least have step-by-step processes to getting everything we've spoken about or everything I've briefly spoken about. With these 3 points of mine, I know the journey may not be easy, but the idea is for us to get to a stage where we can become investment ready and investment worthy. So it's time for questions, contributions. Yeah, so over to you guys. If you have any question, please drop it in chat. If you don't want to drop it in chat, please speak, because if you guys did not ask me a question, it looks as if you guys are not ready to ask. And I'm going to call people's name more. So am I allowed to do that? The hand is up.
Yes, you are. But I think someone wants to ask a question. Augusta, please go ahead.
Hi, Augusta. I know you.
Hello, good morning. It's nice hearing from you.
today. It was a beautiful section. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is this. I have two questions. So if you are pitching to people, maybe you called yourself you called yourself to be at incubation level. How many
Okay.
teams do you think the people that are listening to you or potential investors are or whatever, how many things do you think they expect to have of you? Why I ask is that for people that are in tech, there are times that even if you have like maybe 4 full-time team or less, you have external people on contract that are developing on 1 or 2 things, and by the time you're looking at it, you're up to 8, but you find out that some of them may tell you that, oh, you're not expected to be more than 4, or you're not more than this. So how do you handle situations like that to be on a safe place? Then also it comes to this thing. My second question has to do with cost. Where you mentioned finance, yes. So you find out that some people at incubation stage, they expect you not to have exceeded this, or they expect you not to be. How do you draw the line between the both of them? How much are you expected to have made at most being in an incubation?
So I would answer that question I would start from the first. Oh, my phone is about to die too. Anyways, I would answer the first question about team. So there is something called the founding team, and there's another thing called the other people who are supporting you. Founding team are people who agree. That means you guys have like an agreement that we've decided to work together. And because we've decided to work together, you have shares in this company. And because of that agreement, because of that legal agreement, the person is responsible for particular things. So that means they lead that entire section. So like I gave 4 examples. You have CEO, CFO, CTO, and I think some people used to have products but the COO, those are the 4 ones personally I think are very important. Who is the visionary? Who is the most important person? That's the visionary, the founder who found the idea. Then the rest decided to join the team. Those are the 4 most important people at your stage. Well, that is the post-incubation, incubation session, incubation period. And I think there's a thin line between being in incubation phase and post-incubation phase. Then what will I call you now? You are now in MVP stage, or most people will say pre-seed stage. For incubation founders, what your major thing is, I'm trying to get a team together. Maybe you've been able to get people are already paying for your MVP. That's your minimum viable product at incubation phase, right? But when you pass a certain amount, there are different stages. This is linking to my second question. I mean, it's linking to your second question. There is a particular stage you get where you are making at least over, let's say you are making over 2M, 3M per month, right? So in Naira, I'm not talking about dollars now. Let's say you're making 2M, 3M per month, and that's your recurring revenue standard. Then you are no longer in incubation phase. You are just in pre-seed stage. Maybe you've not gotten investments. Incubation phase is I have an idea, and my idea is to I have a vision, and I want to bring people on board, and I'm already solving problems for these people one way or the other. It may not be that deep, but at least you're already doing something. That's incubation phase. And that's why I would always recommend founders who to go through like poem assessor. Go through so that you know what stage you're currently at. Because some founders are not in incubation phase and they think they are in incubation phase. So if you go through the poem assessor, If you go through TVC Labs, you see the poem assessor is there. I can send the link to Abiola so that she would send it to you guys so you can go through the assessor and know what stage you currently at. When you are in the incubation phase, there are certain things you'll be speaking to or certain valuations you'll be speaking to that is very, very low. So that's 0 to, I think 0 to maybe 100K in dollars now. Most times they generically say all of them like that. They are in incubation phase with respect to valuation. I hope this helps and answers your question, Augusta.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
All right, so I can see some other questions in chat. I have to leave soon. Why do VC ask for female co-founders? Please, I spoke about SDG one way or the other here. And I think SDG 5, if you also check our own, you can see gender equality. So if you don't have a female co-founder, how are we sure that all the male, or how are you people gender equal? I'm very confused. If you don't have a female, at least have 2 female co-founders. If you guys are 4, you cannot be 4 team, like 4 guys and no female in your founding team. I don't understand how exactly that is balanced. It's not balanced. So you need to have like at least 1 or 2. And some VCs are particularly for female, like female founders, because the money coming into Africa from I think 2019 has been centered or has been particular about or has been for females in general. They have been like, oh, we want to help with SDG 5, we want gender equality. So we want to invest more in female co-founders. So that's another reason why most investors are asking for your female co-founders. What's this person's name? I hope that answers flexible. I know flexible too. So I think that already answers your question. Please, what if I haven't been able to keep it? So if you have not been able to keep your financial records straight as at now, you need to start it. You need to have financial documentation. QuickBooks is one thing that you can use. I think there are other ones that you can use to help. You need to be able to register your businesses also. Even if you just register, as the day you register, right? Start putting in your financial documentations. Okay, this is how much we made, this is how much we lost, this is how much we intend on making, this is what we intend on doing forward. Do you get? I hope that helps. So QuickBooks is one thing that can help. Even though you are doing musical instruments and all, I understand. Everything you need is to have your financial documentation. This is how much we are making, this is how much we are losing, this is how much we intend on making next month, this is how much we would be making in 2 days. At least have those documentation and your projections down. Does this help? So with this session, I have a question since I believe there are only 2 or 3 people that were able to ask questions. Was this session helpful to anybody? Is there anybody that has 1 or 2 things to say before I hand over?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, my name is Afiz Arumere of Iwimi Fashion Village. Thank you very much for this section. It was really, really insightful. Because one thing that actually stood out for me from this section was when we are about to get to the end of the section, where you stated that you may not have everything at once. You should just take it step by step, because sometimes you might find it overwhelming to have, to tick all our boxes when we are trying to get ready for investment. And most persons we felt overwhelmed when we see some stuff, right? But it may be what we actually needed. And I'm very sure that most of us that we are present here today, we need to be investment ready, which you've highlighted the key points that we actually needed. To me personally, and to my business, you've been able to support us, not just with, because to me what you presented today is just like a gem. Yeah, it really means a lot to me. Thank you very much, and thanks to SIA and the Nest Foundation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. I think all right. Any other person before I hand over to Abiola? No, Abiola.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Mohammed Sanusi. I work with Upward Echo Limited. Thank you very much for this very insightful conversation. I picked a lot of nuggets and valid points that I hope to be able to implement. My question is about managing time, especially when you are talking to a potential investor. Okay, let's say someone who is giving you 3 minutes to talk about what you have, either as a competition or as a one-on-one meeting. So what are the most important things that you should focus on? Because there's a lot. If you want to start talking, there's much that you can say within 3 minutes. So, but what are your own thoughts on the valuable things that one could be able to focus on and share? Thank you.
So for me, poem is the best way I can answer your question. All our startups pitch with 3 minutes, and one key thing I've been able to do or help them out with is pitching with poem. So they start with introduction. Who are you? Briefly. Then you go into what your market looks like. And there's a way you coin it with storytelling. Because I don't know how I missed that, but storytelling is very important, even with what I do, because I run a community for young entrepreneurs, right? And in that community, what we do is we help all entrepreneurs there at early stage grow. The idea is to help them with opportunities and certain things that can help them grow from where they currently are to where they're going. Right. So if you are meeting an investor for the first time and they tell you you only have 3 minutes to speak about what you're doing, all you need to do is form the conversation. Speak to your introduction first, then what proposition. Don't start going too deep into your market, but at least briefly say, oh, our markets are people in Lagos who are currently at this age. I've spoken to customers already. Then you can say, this is our product directly. What our solution is, we provide this solution for these people. Then go into organization. We are 2 co-founders and we are trying to grow. Then you can speak to your technology. What technology are you guys currently using? Just briefly, don't go too deep, but ensure that you are saying the particular thing that is needed. What is key to your own business? You need to be able to speak to it directly. I hope this helps. Then you can go to your economics. So some people are very specific. They can say, I want to learn about your economics. So all you need to do is when you are speaking about poem, you can just start with, this is me, this is my co-founder, organization structure. Maybe you don't even speak to your organization, just go to your economics, because that's what that particular investor wants to hear at that particular time. I hope this helps. So I have to leave this meeting very soon, in like 2 minutes, or in like a minute. But I hope this session has been able to help. How do I join this community? The community is a paid-for community. So it's either you're following me across social media, then you pay for the community and you have access to join. But if you cannot pay for the community, don't worry. You can just follow me across social media and learn 1 or 2 things. Those are the 2 ways I can be of value to you. With these few points of mine, I hand over to Abiola. I hope I get my name right. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you very much, Amaju. That was an insightful session and we all enjoyed it. Even myself, I've learned a couple of things from that session. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. I already dropped the link to the attendance in the chat box. Please ensure you fill the attendance. And if for any reason you are unable to access it, please send me a DM and I'll send you the attendance. Yeah, so I have a couple of information to share with us. First, I will be you'll be getting an email today, everybody, and you will also be getting some information in the WhatsApp group. But let me give this one like an heads up. The link to submit your pitch deck will be sent on the WhatsApp group after this call. You also get it as an email. And you have until Thursday, 12 p.m. to submit. Please. Thursday, 12 p.m. to submit. If by Thursday morning, you will not be able to meet up for the 12 p.m., please send me a message on WhatsApp. I hope we all got that. And so the pre-demo, for the pre-demo, remember at the beginning of the whole program, we had mentioned that attendance is very compulsory, and that was going to help us get into the demo stage and the pitch. So only those with 80% attendance will be moving to the pre-demo, except for a couple of businesses that joined us late. Businesses like Foundry Agro, I'm not sure I can remember all of the business, but businesses that joined us they joined us late. I am aware of those businesses. So those businesses will be given a priority because apparently they joined us late. But for everybody that joined us at the beginning, if you do not have 80% attendance, you will not be moving on to the pre-demo. And the timetable for the pre-demo will be shared on the group tomorrow. That will be shared on the group tomorrow. And the pre-demo is going to be for 2 days. It's going to be for 28 and 29. That's next week, Monday and Tuesday. And it's going to start by 11 a.m. So this is how the pre-demo is going to work. Not everybody will be on the call like this. So when you join in, it's going to be on the first come, first serve base, starting for 11. So if you come in at 11, you do yours and you leave the call. So there'll be a waiting room for everybody. Everybody will be on the waiting room, and we'll be taking note of how you are joining. So if by Fash is the first to join and Oyin Pels join after and Bayode joins, then I'll call by Fash first, Oyin Pels and Bayode. That's how we'll be calling it. But you have to be in the waiting room. You'll be in the waiting room. Once is your time, I would let you in, you pitch, get feedback, and you leave the call. Now, you won't be getting your scores immediately because you have to compile it. Then the list of those that are proceeding to the demo deal will be shared afterwards. Now, for the pre-demo, it's going to be virtual, all virtual. Zoom, I also set the link beforehand. Please ensure that your video have to be on, your mic have to be on, and you will also be sharing your screen, which means you'll be showing us your pitch document. But if you know that you won't be in a space to share your screen, please let me know beforehand. So I'll make plans for sharing the screen on my end. Please, your video will be on, your mic will be on. So please try to be in a quiet place when you get your, when you know the date you'll be pitching. Try to be in a quiet place. We need your video on, we need your mic on. You'll be sharing your screen, and the session will also be recorded. Are we clear? Joshua, please, if you are listening, you would get when I said I would share the list of those that will move on to pre-demo day tomorrow. Okay. I would also send this information on WhatsApp and as an email. So please ensure you follow up with it. Also, the demo day will be happening in Lagos. Tentatively, we are having it on the 9th of May. If there is going to be any change, we are going to let you know. So if you are able to move on to the demo day, I hope to see you in Lagos in May. The demo day is physical. Pre-demo is virtual. Then we have one more session to go. It seems that attendance is high again. It's not so, because we have had, this is our 10th class. Yes, this is our 10th class. And I think we have one more to go. Yes, we have one more to go. So if you want to get the best of this, I think you should have 50% attendance. That is not too high. Or is it too high for you guys? I don't think it is, because I know a couple of people here that have not missed any session from the beginning. And at the beginning, we had mentioned that the SIA Startup Foundry is not just to support your business financially, but also with the knowledge. And I am sure you can attest to it, that you have been able to get the knowledge right from the very beginning. So please, it's your attendance, and the list to be shared tomorrow. You will get the link to submit your pitch deck today. You have between today and Thursday, 12 p.m. to submit. If by Thursday morning, you will not be able to make it, please send me a message on WhatsApp. So I think that will be all from my end. Do we have any question?
No more.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I think we are good. So I know I am owing you the recording of the last session and today's session. I will also share that on the group chats later.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, upward echo. Yes, go ahead.
So I don't know. Is there a way we can know how many attendance we have? Maybe a list of to know the list.
There is no way you can know. It's just left to you to know how many classes you attended and how many attendance you filled. And remember, I always say after every session, if you're unable to fill the attendance form, please send me a DM. I think during the holiday, I was able to answer a couple of people that missed like 2-3 attendance. As long as you send me a DM, because I think I'm quite familiar with the business names and your names on the call. So if you send me a DM on WhatsApp, then I know that yes, you were in the class and I send you the link.
Okay, no problem.
All right. How do you reach me personally? My number is on the WhatsApp group. Just check for Adebola on the WhatsApp group, and you can send me a DM. All right. So with this, we have come to the end of today's session, and we'll continue our question on the WhatsApp group. If you have any question, please drop on the WhatsApp, and I'll try my best to attend to it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.